buddy. Yep. There you go. Work, buddy. Bam. Morning, everyone. So we're in the garage. What time is it? It's 6 a.m. Give everyone a chance to log in. So if you're watching from home, just start moving around. Still pretty well loosened up from mat time. But if not, big fan of hanging, starting off every session with some hanging. Warming up the shoulders. Some squat moves. Some puppy cuddles. Good buddy. So moving on to strength and core in the garage. Right? Right? Maybe some conditioning here and there. Right? Today you'll need a weight, one weight of some kind. If you have two weights, even better. So Christy, one will be used for deadlifts. The other one will be used for some form of pressing. If you're not doing deadlifts, you can use a couch, a bench like this one. And we've got glute bridges, chin is tucked, going down, driving up. Dog optional. Hey, buddy. So, 8 reps there to get started. Otherwise, we've got 8 staggered deadlifts each side, keeping the back nice and straight. Arms go down at the same time. So 8 deadlifts each side, or you can do 2 sets of 8 on the glute bridges. Good. Then we've got 8 push-ups. So you can use a bench, a couch, a floor. Eight reps there. If you have a weight for the upper body, you can do 8 presses from the floor or from a bench. I'm going to use the bench, keeping the hips level. 8 presses each side. I'm just doing 4 for right now. All right, third exercise is either a bent over row. If you're using the same weight for the deadlifts and everything, that's fine too. But we've got 8 bent over rows each side. Slow and controlled. Use that couch stool or bench for support. If you don't want to do bent over rows, So you got TRX or a set of rings. Make sure there's nothing behind you. You can use these as well. Just make sure they're about belly button height. Alright. And from there, we're going to do 8 rows here. So that was either or, bent over rows for 8 each side, or you can do TRX rows for 8. So, one more time. Well, we're going to do this a few more times together, but we'll start. We've got 2 different options, either deadlifts or glute bridges. If you're doing glute bridges instead of deadlifts, bench, chair, stool, couch, it all works. Anyway, upper back is supported. Chin is tucked. Driving my hips nice and high. Feel free to put a weight on your legs. If you want to do it single leg, you can do single leg. Okay. So we've got 8. I would do 2 sets of 8, 16 over there. Otherwise, if you've got the weight, 8 staggered deadlifts. This could be a plate, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a sandbag. Back's nice and straight, not slouching. One foot is slightly in front of the other. My hips stay high. I'm not squatting the movement. Butt stays up in the air. And we've got 8 push-ups or 8 presses each side. You can do this from the floor, from a bench. I demoed a push-up last time. So this set I'll do floor press. Keeping those elbows fairly close to the body. Midline is braced. Bam. Whew. Here we go. Then we've either got bent over rows, like so. Or TRX rows once again. Whew. Team drink, halfway there. So if you're following along at home, morning coffee, mat time, we try to keep that bare bones equipment, if not just body weight. Do it in the living room, because I'm guessing that's where most of us are going to be doing our working out. Then when we get into so if there's anything you want to see there, post a request in the comments. I'll get around to it. And then we come in here to the garage for strength and core. We're gonna use a few more implements, still keep it fairly simple. Once again, if you want to see anything in specific or you've got questions, make sure you hit me up in the comments so I can get around to it and then address it the next time we get together. All right, Django. All right. With that, we're gonna get into the next set. So either 8 bridges. Feel free to put a weight on your legs, or 8 deadlifts. So if I'm doing, what do we got around? I could use a sandbag. Backpack full of gear would work. Setting a dumbbell on your hips. Just make sure it's not on the old pubic bone, because that won't feel good. You want to rest it right on the quads. Or once again, staggered deadlifts, whichever leg is forward, weights on the outside of that leg. Then 8 push-ups or presses. What's up, Deb? Then I like to do the bent over rows and the TRX rows. You can never have enough upper back pulling. I really like the split stance for this. Play around with which leg's forward. Forces you. Get a little isometric hold in the shoulder. Brace through the midline a bit more. Fluffy clothes. Right, bud? What's up, buddy? Do some dumbbell work after this? Alright, we've got one more set. Stick with the bridges again. I'll do some floor press this set. bent over rows and TRX rows. Right. Oh, hey. Whew. Man, there we go. There's strength in the books. So once again, we had 2 sets of 8 glute bridges, weighted or unweighted on the bench, chair, stool, couch. Or we had 8 staggered deadlifts each leg. Then we had 8 floor press each arm, or 8 push-ups. And then 8 bent over row each side, or 8 rows with the TRX, or similar suspension trainer. We did that 4 sets. Feel free to do as many as 6. All right, check it out. We're on team drink right now. Take a moment, grab a rinse. Forgot my coffee in the living room. Rookie move. All right, Django. Should have you trained up to go get it. All right, so core today. Using that same weight or a heavier one if possible. Or this could be a bag of dog food. Work on some grip strength. But a heavier object. We're gonna be holding that one arm at our side. So we'll be here. Boop. 10 march steps, 5 each leg. Pointing the knee forward, lifting the foot under control, bringing it back down under control, switching sides. And then that weight's gonna go up in front of you. We're gonna be using it for some lateral lunges if need be. Just as a counterweight, I'm gonna sink low, let that foot pop up if I want. If I keep that foot down, I'm gonna get a deeper groin stretch than if I pop it up. We're going 5 to each side. Spending a bit of time down there, using that weight as a counterweight so you can get deeper into that stretch. The leg I'm lunging towards, I'm gonna keep that foot flat as possible. Good. And then it's a scap, so shoulder exercise, upper back exercise of your choice. This could be those lateral raises we worked on, front raises, could be a reverse fly, could be hanging. I've got bands set up in the rack, I'm gonna use those today. So I'm gonna do 10 reps of what are called, I call snow angels. Up and down, slow and controlled. Might also see these called shoulder arcs. Did my senior research with the crossover symmetry kit, so I like to call them snow angels. Lost count, we're gonna do 10 of those, making sure I'm not shrugging up at the top. We've got 10 reps there. Then we're gonna do an A for 10 reps. And a T for 10 reps. And you could do those from a hinged position, or you can lay all the way on the floor and still do those same reps, even with light weights in your hands. Good. See who else is logging on. All right, then we're gonna go back to the kettlebell. We're gonna start with the march. 10 marches both sides. And then 5 of the lateral lunges. Using that weight if necessary. If you don't need it, that's fine too. Spending some time in each of those positions. I like to play around with keeping both feet flat and then letting the one leg pop up. And then scap exercise of your choice. 10 reps. Oh boy. Ten A's. Ten T's. Shake it out. Grab a team drink. We're halfway home. Put my weights away. Get the spray out. All right, we're going in that third set. And then scap exercise. I'm gonna demo the next set on this bench. So if I was lying on the floor, going from a bench like this would work as well. Hands stay shoulder height, all the way to overhead. Not keeping any tension in my neck. Remembering to breathe. So 10 snow angels there. 10 A's. Pulling straight back. Right now I'm just using gravity, but I could use some lighter weights. Once again, this could be done from a bench or from the floor. Yeah. Good work. All right. We've got one last set. Going into that march. Wide stance, whichever leg I'm lunging to, I'm trying to keep flat, using that weight so I can get nice and low into these positions. And then one more time through on the scap exercises. I'm gonna move my bench, the GHD's in the way. Back to the snow angels, keeping the hands level with my body, slow and controlled. Not letting the hands touch the floor if you were doing this from the floor. Shake it out. 10 A's. Palms are facing down. I'm not shrugging. I'm not looking for exaggerated movement from my shoulder. Just a nice smooth lift. Out to the side. For that T. Once again, not shrugging, not holding my breath, not keeping extra tension throughout my neck. Alright, give that a go. We just did 4 sets. Feel free to do as many as 6. Thanks for joining me today, this Monday. I know we're in crazy times right now, but I appreciate you checking in. Hope this helps in your morning routine. Little morning mat time, get warmed up, work on a little life performance, and then take it into the garage for some strength and some core and a little bit of conditioning. We'll get out of breath here and there, but just want this to add to everything, add to the value, make sure you're feeling good, feeling strong, feeling physically fit, ready to get after it, not leaving you so beat up and so sore that you can't function the rest of the day, because we've got a lot of important things to take care of right now, so we need to be at our best, at peak performance. So once again, thanks for checking in. Hope you enjoyed the workout. If you want more at-home bodyweight training, email us or Facebook message D1 your email address, and we can get you hooked up with our free community app, and that on it has bodyweight programming that you can add throughout the course of the week as well. So appreciate everybody checking in, and let's get after the day.